everybody, it's me, Tanisha O.
And Ike O.
And welcome to Tea with Tanisha O. So tonight's topic is stepchildren feeling pain, but who's listening? You know, a lot of times as stepmothers, we're so focused on our own journey and feeling voiceless and no one acknowledging our own pain that we overlook some of the pain that stepchildren may be in. Imagine something. There's this package that comes to your doorstep and it's pretty dirty. It's beat up, banged up. It looks like it's been through a lot. And there's just so much gook on the outside of it, mud and dirt and all of this stuff that you really don't want to open it up.
Right.
So even though there's your name on the package, some people may say that package is so beat up. Whatever's on the inside of it, it can't be good anymore. So just leave it there and don't even worry about it. Just go put it in the trash. But somebody else decides to open that package up just out of curiosity. They go through the struggles of whatever it takes to get inside that package because it's not easy to open up. But once you get in there, you're so pleasantly surprised by what that package is. Mm-hmm. And so what we're referring to in the package is we're talking about stepchildren. So stepchildren come packaged so differently, different personalities, different histories, backgrounds. No matter when you enter the child's life, there's something that has already occurred in their life, right? And so I'm so excited about this little guy right here who's the package that I received, and I'm so glad I opened it up and got in there because all of the gook and the things on the outside of the package that I'm referring to, it wasn't necessarily him. It was the drama that came. It was the custody battles and the arguing and, you know, with his mom and just all the things. Stepmothers, families, you know what it's like being in a blended family. And sometimes it's such a hassle that we say, forget it. I'll just leave the child alone. Especially kids who want to tell you, you're not my mommy. I don't have to listen to you. Or maybe there's rude and defiant behavior and we decide to categorize them as something and just forget it. Mm-hmm. But what if we didn't? Let's see what happens as we chat this evening. What happens when we don't decide just to walk away because the packaging isn't so great and to dig right in. So talk to me. What are some of the things that I have been able to teach you as a stepmother?
You've taught me how to read.
Yeah, that was fun.
How to write. Mm-hmm. How to swim. That was an adventure.
Oh, boy. You were two, and that was something else. Yes, I remember.
How to ride a bike.
That was fun.
How to love.
Yeah.
And how to be a family. Yeah. And you taught me how to forgive.
I think that we worked together as a family, as just all together on forgiving, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, that was a really, really big one. So what do you think life would be like if I decided to take the route of not opening the package and just staying out of it? And even though I walk past the package every day into the house, I just left that package right there unattended. What would our lives be like?
First, you wouldn't have that Empowered Stepmother book.
Oh, say that again, because I would not be empowered at all, would I?
No.
No, you're so right.
We wouldn't be happy right now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have a good relationship.
Right, because I wouldn't know you very well, would I?
No, and the arguing would still be going on.
I think you're right about that. I think that you're 100% right about that. So what is one of the experiences that you remember the most with feeling pain and not being able to express it? What's the top memory you have?
So a couple of years ago, Mommy had breast cancer.
Yeah, I remember that. We can't forget that time.
And when Mommy told me, I was scared and sad because on commercials they talk about breast cancer and they're talking about people dying.
Yeah.
And I was afraid that might happen to Mommy.
Right. And you were young, third grade or so?
Yeah. And when Mommy was telling me this, she was saying, don't tell your mom and dad.
Yeah, she didn't want us to know. So where were you supposed to go with this?
Well, if I didn't have a good relationship with you or Daddy, I would have nobody to go to. Yeah. But since I did, I was able to go to you and Daddy to talk to you guys about it. Yeah. And you guys helped me through it by saying, Mommy's going to go get through it and Mommy's going to finish strong.
Absolutely. And she did finish strong.
Yes, she did.
And the reason why we were so positive in that moment is because everyone knows the negative aspect of cancer and what happens. And so you were already afraid enough, you know, hearing what was going to happen when she had her surgeries and the different things that we're going to go through with the chemo and the radiation. And that's scary for anyone to hear. So we needed to be positive and to pray and to look at what the bright side was, right? And so even though she was facing such a difficult time, even in that moment, she still didn't want us to know, because there was just so much bickering and battling between all of us. But I'm glad that you shared it. And you know, the thing that makes me sad is, in life, we go through different things where we really need help. We need to be able to count on somebody and to call on somebody, but our pride won't allow us to do it, you know? And so we were still there for her, and her and I finally got a chance to talk about it, which was great. And we talked through it, and we were there for her as much as possible. And there was a shift in your behavior at school, you know, because you were scared, and you didn't know how things were going to pan out. And we pulled together. I began to write you these sweet little love notes every day for lunch.
Yes.
And she did too.
Yep. I told Mommy about it, and Mommy started doing it as well.
Absolutely. So you were smothered with love. So instead of us blaming and saying everything was just wrong with you in the moment, and some people may say, well, duh, it's cancer. Of course you're going to be loving to a child. Not necessarily. There was a lot happening in that moment, and you would be surprised when we have that much anger and hatred and bitterness inside of us. Even when a person is dying, our pride will hold us. They'll hold us tight. So I'm glad that we were able to get through that, and I was not someone who decided to stay out of it and keep you on the sidelines, but we were able to love together. And that's why I'm so grateful that even though we went through that, you and Mommy are still building your relationship together, getting stronger, so that we can love the people that we want to love while they're here. We don't want to live in regret. So whether you're a stepmom, a stepchild, wherever you are, there's always a lesson to be learned in whatever package that comes in the form of a person in our lives. Whether it's a person at the grocery store that we encounter for a moment, whether it's a stepchild that comes into our life, there's something that we can learn in every single moment when we decide to see the beauty in people, when we choose not to blame people. And, you know, a lot of times as step-parents, I always hear people talk about what the baby mama does, what the ex-wife does, and what the stepkids do. But I never hear people sharing what they do. I never hear them sharing their side of what they're not doing so great. But they definitely have a tally list of what someone else is doing. So let's take a moment to just focus on ourselves and what we can do to become better and be empowered and to grow and love and to learn from every beautiful package that comes in our life. I'm grateful to God for you.
Me too.
And the packaging. So what do you want to say in closing, my love?
I would like to say that it's important for you to forgive others.
Yes.
Because if you don't, you won't be able to see the change in other people.
That's so true. People are growing, they're learning, they're changing, they're shifting. But if we keep them in a box as they grow, shift, and change, we never see any difference in them. So I'm glad that I grew a lot, still growing.
Yes.
But it allowed me to become an empowered stepmother. If you don't have this book, go out and grab a couple copies of it. My journey in how I became an empowered stepmother through forgiving and loving. It's quite a journey. So from our family to yours, we love you. We hope that you continue to blend your love, and we will see you soon.
Ciao!